Hey class, I'm going to go ahead and make a video now because it seems like there was some confusion. Yes, I kind of posted the wrong videos and kind of didn't in Facebook if you were looking. I gave some examples. I, I'm going to have to go back and check all that I posted, but anything on the essence, structural analysis, and forms of expression. Um, yes, you had those from previous weeks, but you'll notice that you want to use those as examples to help you complete it for Psalm 139 this week. It's just that I had thought I had also posted some examples of the rest of these things, which I am about to do. Um, but really quickly, just so there's no confusion, we're here in week 3. We're on assignment 1, part 3, and um, the overall assignment is kind of called themes and correlation. But you're going to post all these things under assignment 1, part 3. Now, to be clear, this week I do not want you to email me anything if you don't get them all posted. In fact, if you can't figure out how to post all of these things in the assignment 1 part 3 section, I want you to um, ask classmates first. If that doesn't work and you cannot figure it out, contact ITS. That's its@moody.edu, or call them at 312-329-4067. Do not contact me. I cannot help you. I'm not very helpful with seeing how students do it. It's easier to contact them. They are more helpful. If they're busy, you can also contact distance learning. One of the call reps there will probably be able to help you with that. But ITS would be better. And the main idea here is that there's a lot to turn in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. I'm going to let you not have to turn in the grading guide. Just see it and know that that's how we're going to be grading you. But you don't have to turn in the grading guide. You do need to turn in these 6 other things. So if I had, multiple people emailing me 1 to 6 things, it's just going to get out of hand. So please just simply um, make sure you get that right. And if for some reason, you have, just let me know if you're not able to. Send me a message and say I wasn't able to, but I am done, so that I can see before, Monday night is up. So I'm not going to talk anymore about that. Just make sure you please post them all, or it's going to be a mess. It's a lot. So you do have the theme chart. Let me just go through this real quick. The first thing is you're going to identify 4 themes from Jonah by completing the theme chart. That's the first thing there. Um, and then you're going to record correlations from your study of Jonah and Psalm 139, making observations on Psalm 139 using the essence or the structural analysis approach, as well as observations on the forms of expression. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that in this week, you're going to get some options. We're looking for correlations, but we're looking for correlations from your study of Jonah and Psalm 139. So when you make your observations, observation 1 is essence or structural analysis. So when you complete Psalm 139 observation 1, you're choosing whether you want to do essence or structural analysis. You don't do both, you do one or the other. Then based on that, based on your essence or the structural analysis approach, as well as when you do the forms of expression, you're going to make a correlation between what's happening in Job and what's happening in Psalm 139. Okay? Then, um, so first you're just going to do the correlation. Or sorry, first you're just going to do the essence or the or structural analysis and the forms of expression. Then you're going to do the correlations from Jonah to Psalm 39. So obviously you need to do these first. You do both of these, but in this one you do essence or structural analysis. You do that one for Psalm 139. You do this one, forms of expression, for Psalm 139, and then you will be able to do correlations between what you found in Jonah and what you found in Psalm 139. Make sense? Okay, so these are very closely related, these 3. I mean, they're all related, but especially these 3. And then finally, the insights and applications from Jonah template, and then the questions page. So just so we're clear on where that stuff is, you go into the lesson 3 resource folder there as usual, and you got everything right there, as well as the weekly video clip. So you don't need to do the grading guide. Do look at it so you understand how we're grading everything, but then you just open those bad boys up to see what they are for the week. Okay, so just so we're clear, the first one would be the theme chart. That's what the theme chart looks like. And again, I'm gonna post an example of all this stuff in a second. So you're gonna find 4 themes and track them throughout. So you're not finding 4 themes in each of these set of verses. You're tracking 4 themes that are throughout. Okay, so some of these I want you to show yeah, some of them you're going to have stuff and some of them you won't. But the idea is that you're going to track 4 themes throughout basically chapters 1 all the way through 4. Then you're going to make concluding observations on the major and minor themes and interaction among the themes charted. So you'll interact with what you found in the other themes. You're making general observations there. And again, I'm going to post another example here with this. Then what are we doing? The essence or structural analysis. Where did I put the essence? That's the grading guide. That's the correlations. Oh, the Psalm 139 part 1. Where are you? Sorry. Is this part 1? Yes, observation exercise number 1. So this is if you do the essence, and then if you choose structural analysis, it's right here. So you're choosing one or the other, and you're doing, obviously in the essence, you're talking about the nouns and verbs, and then the significance of those. And then if you do the structural analysis, you did that already for Job. So you're doing basically the same thing in Psalm 139 and giving the significance. So again, you're not doing both. You're picking one or the other in that chart, and then for the second observation assignment is the forms of expression. Okay, so that again is clearly in your workbook, but I'll also post a example here of those. But then the correlation piece is right there. So you're going to have Jonah, Psalm 139, and then what correlation concept is tying the observation that you're making from Jonah to Psalm, what is tying them together, and then the insights and application, insight application right there. And we literally are giving you the 2 basic ones we're asking you to do. We want 2 insights and application. So the insight would be, I see God doing blah 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 blah. God is showing me, that's your application, that blah 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 blah. So you're doing 2 of those, and then we want to make sure that you're basing it on Scripture. So you're telling us what Scripture specifically you're getting that from. Okay. And then finally, the questions. Questions template. We're just literally asking you to ask questions. These are valid questions I have from the text, and yes, you need to do 12. This is just trying to get you familiar with. You should be able to ask 40, and you can start to see some of them can be smaller, or bigger. They don't all have to be world-changing questions. It's for you to start getting natural at the process of going through Scripture and being able to ask tons of questions of the text that's going to dig out things that you're not really thinking about, or you're not able to pick up on when you're reading, that you're going to actually have to study to find the answers out. And it can be as simple as and this is not talking about Jonah necessarily, but why were they walking by the water? Or how many people were in the town? Or I wonder if that was the only woman there, or whatever else it is. You can ask a million questions of any passage of Scripture. So you need to start learning how to do that more naturally, and that's what that process is. All right. So again, I am going to post another example. Well, an example of all these things here online in a moment, but that is the assignment 1 part 3. Godspeed to all of you, and let me know if you have any further questions after watching the video. Love to you all.